Hi, Sigil. Nice to have you. You hear me fine? Hey.
There we go.
Hi, nice to see you again. Super
Nice
cool
to
that
see you
you
again
agreed
too.
to join me here. I was super
Yeah,
curious
sure.
about getting to know you more. So, we have a clubhouse running, so people from the audience can jump in at any time and ask questions. And we're just gonna have a cool time and chill and talk about BitClout.
Yeah, I would love that.
Awesome. BitClout is the only thing I speak to everyone about for last 2 months now. So,
2 months, same here. Just in BitClout. Yeah, I had and being one of the early adopters to the platform itself. I remember those days. Like I'm still in high school, right? But I
yeah.
actually got a friend to help me out with school. So I'm doing like full time BitClout because the opportunity cost was so high. This crazy growth in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, I kind of go went over my BitClout addiction when I was building BitSwap because you got to focus and build out the company itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I check it like maybe once or twice a day now.
That's
Yeah,
good. Healthy-ish.
yeah. I mean, I remember those days though, just like always on BitClout. There's always opportunities to grow with.
Yeah, I remember you had a little bit of a breakdown in the beginning. My heart was with you, but we're all good. We're all good now. So, are you new to crypto with BitCloud, or you've been in crypto before?
I mean, I've been in crypto for like 2.5 months. So, but before then, I made like NFTs. So if you go to like cooldoge.com, I
Mm-hmm.
made like NFT doges of like famous people like Mark Zucker Doge or like Elon Husky, which is just parodies of them.
Yeah.
And like that crypto kind of just led me into like, hey, like I'm a YouTuber. It's just like Sejal went on YouTube. You can
Mm-hmm.
find my channel. I only have like 2,600 subs right now, but it's growing.
Oh wow, many
But like
views.
as a creator, yeah, I'm just like wondering like, like what is the intersection between like the creator economy and crypto? Because we haven't really seen that, right? Silver's been like DeFi tools, but yeah, we're here to build it up and
Mm-hmm.
pioneer it.
Well, I remember a couple of years ago there was Steam that was like a YouTube for crypto where people could earn money watching, earn money like a creator, but I don't really remember it kicking off that well.
Yeah, I think now's a great time for adoption though, right? As people are more fluent, it's in the media, people are aware and people are investing. Companies are accepting crypto as payment for different things. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're gonna see the uprise of crypto, and I think it's very close to set for like insane mass adoption,
Yeah.
and also being integrated in consumer products like social media.
Yeah, I feel like with this Zuckerberg scandal about Facebook manipulating everything and people just more aware about how evil corporations with social media are, a lot more people are willing to try something else.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
I mean,
perfect
like
timing.
you have all my data, and
Yeah.
I also know like there's like a feud between Apple and Facebook, right? Because Facebook's like, so Apple implemented a new policy where like tracking users is now optional, and like the users will be like aware if and then will like give permission to the app,
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, yeah, I agree that I want to be tracked, but like that extra barrier means a lot of business or data lost by like apps like Facebook, who no longer has all of that like context,
Yeah.
because I think with your phone and stuff, right, you have like a unique identifier
Mm-hmm.
that is shareable and like traceable between apps, and like the apps intercommunicate, share these data in order to build a better experience and then tailor ads for you to try and monetize off of you. Though, yeah, what we're gonna see is with decentralized social, like our current paradigm for how the economy works. I mean, it's attention based. I mean, I think it'll always be attention based, though. Attention based also stems from monetization through ads, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like, but for decentralized social, I mean, there's no central identity or authority that that like does all these ads and stuff, right? It'll more be just personal sponsorship that you want to
Mm-hmm.
be placed on, or like with the case of BitCloud, you can see direct peer-to-peer monetization, right? I click diamonds, I can send it to you. I can
Yeah.
donate whatever. yeah, all of that good stuff. I can buy your creator coin. Like this type of monetization we haven't seen before. I think it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I love it as well, and everyone will get more, are getting already more responsible for what they share, like, and what kind of communities they're supporting with their, with their dollar, essentially. So it gives you a lot more mm, clearance on people's values, and no bullshit products are leaking into the community for now, which is kind of good.
Yeah,
I'm
so
loving
it's
it.
reputation based. And I've seen the fair share of different products that kind of came along,
Mm-hmm.
and then just like I remember like Charcoin. I mean, I'm not on BitClout, so I don't like know too much. So it's just like
Mm-hmm.
hearing from my peers. But I just look at like I use like BitClout Signal, and you can track all of the investments and like the timelines for stuff. But yeah, there's I mean, it's getting to a point where with more adoption, with more users, it attracts like people with ill intentions that come here and try and profit out of it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think yeah, like seeing that vaporware is definitely concerning. But there's things that communities can do, right? And there should be like community vetting, but not everyone's like as diligent or like
Yeah.
knowing like, oh yeah, all the people are investing, let me invest, right? It's a cool
Mm-hmm.
project, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
I saw that with new creators coming on board, getting the blue ticks and all that, fuss about who's gonna be the next big grower with the blue tick, or is he getting a tick, or is he not getting a tick? Is he real, not real? Like so much drama, and several scammers are working their way around it, and people fall for that still, even though it was much bigger before. Now it's kind of eased out, but still there's a lot of stuff like that. And now with these with the projects, everyone's building a project. Uh, People putting a lot of energy, a lot of passion into projects, but some there's still scams that just call out that they're having a project and nothing
yeah,
behind it. Just you share some wireframes or even mock-ups that you can put together on, Figma with ready libraries and whatnot, and just scam people, tell them that there is something coming up that will never ever see the light of the day. So that kind of sucks, but as a community we should be vetting, and we should be getting public way more, and telling and meeting online, and seeing each other's faces and getting to know
yeah,
one another, to have this like bond, not just on BitCloud but also like in video, in audio. There's a lot of rooms on Clubhouse. We're meeting people there. It's fun and cool, and I hope that we will pass pass this period of volatility and the scams, and just go to a
yeah,
better new world.
to the platform. Yeah, I wonder. Oh, it's an interesting problem. Um, and yeah, I mean, I think in crypto, I haven't been in crypto for too long, but yeah, it's definitely like attracts people are like that though. I think it's important to well, what are some good indicators to like trust a project? Well, if there's someone behind it,
Mm-hmm.
for example, like maybe if you look at BitSwap from day one, I've been behind it. I and my
Mm-hmm.
co-founder Aryan, right, and we're like growing the team. All the team is transparent. So let's say that we fuck up, right? Then they can come after us,
Mm-hmm.
right? We take the public risk under our name, and accountability also rewards you um, with leverage with a lot more stuff than if you just did it like pseudonymous or anonymous,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like part of my personal brand now of like building this company up on this platform, right? Like definitely knowing the developers, and yeah, it's important to do that. Then you can keep them accountable, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's important. And yeah, I think in general, look at like who they're partnering with. If you have some people who are credible vouching them, then yeah, that's a great sign. Um, yeah, I think in general, those are like two big things. Having someone that's credible vouching them, and then also knowing the people behind them developing.
Mm-hmm. So you just mentioned you know people who run BitClout. Is that so? You know the developers from the BitClout?
I meant like the developer community, like people developing.
Okay.
But I may or may not have talked with the founder of Big Cloud.
I'm pretty much sure I've seen a screenshot of you speaking to Diamond Hands
Yeah, yeah.
somewhere.
It was somewhere, but then we took it down after a tiny bit of time.
Okay,
But
so
you were
I may
diligent.
or may not seen that then. So the question that that I'm leading to is BitClout is anonymous and developers are anonymous, and there's a lot of suspicion on YouTube about BitClout. Other bit pretty much every video about BitClout on YouTube is that it's a scam, and it's comparing to BitConnect or some other projects. Like I've just seen a few, and the list of BitClout is a scam goes on and on. So what would you say to those people?
I think like with anything, this is what I noticed. It's just like I think it's not good to categorize anything as a scam or not scam. There's a spectrum of whatever things there are, and there's so much data that can be interpreted and taken out of context.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, like you got to realize is that the whole point of like YouTube and stuff is for attention and like monetization, right? They're making money
Mm-hmm.
out of like controversies, right? That's what they do. I mean, I'm a YouTuber myself, though I never played on like controversies, but I'm familiar with content,
Mm-hmm.
right? So with regards to Big Cloud itself, and like I think a lot of it is noise,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I know like the concerns, but I also know it's like okay, cool, right? But if you bring the full context, like this is how it looks like, right? And but also like I think like Big Cloud's execution definitely could have been better, well, obviously, right? In terms of like getting traction, like yeah, I mean, it's a bit iffy because it is like a stab of the dark. It's just like, I don't know if that's the right expression. But it's like something new.
Yeah.
Right? Big Cloud's creating something new, and it's like the legal side is like who knows, right? There's like
Yeah.
so much to figure out, and that's kind of like what I've been doing is just figuring out the legal side of like
Mm-hmm.
setting this up, like how like for you to like set up an exchange on top of this platform, you need all the stuff.
Yeah,
It's gonna
you
cost
need.
like maybe $100,000 to set up.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
I'm
been
pretty
just
sure.
been working on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you need like a banking license that worth $1 million
Uh,
pounds. I think
Something like that.
2017. I was researching that and got turned away from that just from the
Yeah, you like
price.
money service businesses, but we're talking with Coinbase's. Well, we talked with Coinbase's lawyer, and then we're getting into contact with the guys at I forgot the firm, but they did Coinbase's money service licenses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've just been like connecting with people because for context, I talked with like 10+ lawyers before, and it's just like like crypto is something that it requires a lot of judgment, and you just slowly converge towards the right people through
Mm-hmm.
different intros. And yeah, fortunately, like that's been a wild ride of just connecting with a bunch of people who are really helpful. Who are some of the world class in terms of like what they do.
Oh, awesome! I wish you all the luck with your exchange. Also, I also followed your footsteps and made a small exchange for our
Yeah, I
viewers.
saw that. I was like, I like it. It was like, I think you basically the model was that you would buy at a set price and you'd also sell at a set
Yeah,
price,
it's an
right?
OTC, like an old school exchange that you have on a
Yeah,
corner
it's like
where
an OTC
you just.
desk where,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, normal OTCs are like kind of peer to peer with a third party escrow,
Yeah.
but OTC desks just directly buy the assets from you. So you're basically acting as an OTC desk, which is cool, right? And it's a good opportunity to learn about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're going to be the first one to really set up all the legal stuff, which does cost a lot and does
Mm-hmm.
require you to be careful. And if you yeah, like simply just talking with a security lawyer doesn't mean much to someone. So yeah, like yeah, you got to like figure it out and do it right. So that was the main concern with us and shipping BitSwap, right? Like while the entire team, like a team of more than 10 developers like
Mm-hmm.
working on this, right? But yeah, I've just been figuring out like the legal stuff and making it right. You got to make it right, or else you know
Yeah.
things happen.
Yeah, well, one of the concerns that all these YouTubers, back to YouTubers, speak about is that BitCloud is a scam because you only can put money in without actually taking money out. And then there was this guy who went and checked exchanges and tried them, and yours was one of them. I was also on the list, but he didn't check mine for whatever reason, but he kind of put it out there that there is a way to to withdraw BitClout, and yeah, we're getting a few more people on Clubhouse. Alisher just walked in and mentioned that Brian's here.
Yeah,
Welcome,
I know
Brian.
that. Sure.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Cool, cool. Just talking about exchanges and the future of BitClout. So whenever
Yeah.
you have a question, oh yeah, streaming on YouTube. Alisher is just dropping lines here and there. Yeah, if you have a question or a comment, please join.
Well,
And
yeah. And
whenever you feel like. So yeah, back to what I was saying. That one of the reasons why BitClout would be a scam is because you can't take money out, but that is not true. Now you have BitSwap, you have P2P, I believe, exchange. You have a couple of chats on Telegram.
yep. I would advise against don't use Telegram. I have friends who've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars
Mm-hmm.
because, like people trying to impersonate you, they get like usernames, but they have like capital I instead of
Mm-hmm.
L, right?
Yeah.
Like Sejal, Venkat, whatever.
Yeah. Do
But
not trust people. Go on trusted services and not don't
yeah,
send
yeah,
your money to weird accounts.
yes,
That's
like do
pretty
your
much that.
yeah, make sure. And I wouldn't trust Telegram. Discord is fine. You can go to like
Mm-hmm.
discord.gg/bitswap. That should invite you to our Discord server. And we also do OTC trades there. In general, I think that with regards to exchanges themselves, I kind of like what PDP is doing. Like they're doing like good stuff though. Like again, it's not scalable, and the user experience is like it's hard, right? You need to get on like Binance and whatever. The point of what us developing BitSwap and kind of why we've been upgrading, you might have noticed that we launched it, took it down to
Yeah.
upgrade it, launched it again, got like 400K in volume, and then we took it down again, and now we're gonna launch in a week,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's because like for Big Cloud to get mass adoption, for them to get a lot of more users and volume flowing in, want to make the user experience as intuitive as possible for anyone to come on, right? If creators come on, like, can you streamline that onboarding process to get BitCloud, right? And as a platform, like we're working with the other layer two platforms, like the biggest other platforms are like aiming to provide liquidity and allow them to build in, functionality to directly buy BitCloud,
Mm-hmm.
right? Through our exchange, and yeah, we're like opening it up to developers to to work on it as a whole. So I think what we're doing right now in terms of upgrading it and taking it down. Like, I mean, we missed out on definitely a lot of money, but in the
Mm-hmm.
long run, it's definitely I think very much worth it because the tech we're rolling out now, it's like significantly more advanced than like anything else out there, and it allows us to process like the $10 million that's going to be coming in.
Whoa. That's cool. I wish you all the luck with that. And I know that it's in early days for BitCloud now, and whatever you build will last and will, give you an amazing future.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words.
I'm
Yeah. At the end of the
super
day,
like sorry, I'm super excited about BitCloud, and I think personally, I feel it's not a scam, and I'm happy to put my energy. And I feel that it's really on our side if it's a scam or not. If we create good content, if we make good connections, if we vet out stupid people who want to damage us, then we can actually make this thing work and create our own economy because it's the perfect time for it. I mean, we're all stuck at home. We're all have, some currency of whatever country we have, and we can convert it and create a new economy on, based on the values that we feel like. So,
yeah, BitClout doesn't discriminate where you're from, I think.
absolutely not. No.
Yeah, I don't know if they banned any like IPs from certain places though. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
centralized
I
away.
think I heard a rumor about Chinese trying to get past the wall, and the with VPNs try to buy some BitCloud because messages popping here and there and just. But I don't know if it's just a rumor or if it's really so. But I'm welcoming everyone here.
It's interesting because I know other people are trying to develop BitClout for Asia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to mention them because I don't endorse any
Okay,
other projects, right?
no trouble.
But yeah, it's interesting. They're just getting an existing framework, which is laid out by BitClout, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then just applying it to these new Asian markets, which I think is a general thing in crypto or anything. It's just like, okay, cool, something like
Yeah,
maybe
something
in the States
works.
is done really, yeah. Let's move it to Asia.
Yeah, let's
It's a
port
clear
it, make
opportunity.
make it
Yeah, yeah.
Russian, Asian, Indian. Yeah, that's the trend in tech.
Yeah, but the beauty about BitCloud is that the backends, like the core product, isn't the website itself. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that you can make up nodes and everything's open source, right? Is that it's the underlying blockchain and that technology, right?
Yeah.
Being a immutable, verifiable, decentralized. It's beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people can spin up their own versions that use the same blockchain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other way, there's a network effect to BitCloud, and it works better with more users and more volume there, and it just makes sense to like use BitCloud kind of as a layer one for other solutions. But yeah, but I respect what BitCloud has done,
Mm-hmm.
like because it took something from 0 to 1, which is much harder than going from like 1 to like 100,
Yeah.
right? Doing something new, pioneering it. I'm reading the book actually right now by Peter Thiel, 0 to 1. It's really good if you're a founder trying to build something. Uh, yeah, really helps with visioneering.
Okay. So, thanks for that. Alisher just mentioned that there are a lot of people on Clubhouse. Maybe someone wants to ask a question. If you guys are willing to raise your hand and ask a question, we would be happy to hear that.
Yeah, happy to answer any questions
Yeah,
about like BitSwap or like
life
discussion questions
in
in general.
general. Okay. Well, maybe we'll give it another minute. So you mentioned you don't want to endorse other projects. Is that outside BitClout or inside BitClout? Maybe there are some of your favorite projects other than BitSwap on BitClout you can talk about.
Yeah, I think like outside BitClout, I won't endorse projects if they're like trying to replicate. Like I don't really respect things that are like, oh cool, look at BitClout, look at all the success and all the money. Let me just create it, just make a spin on it. I don't really like that. But
Mm-hmm.
in terms of projects within BitClout, I'm excited for Clouded. Clouded seems fun, right? With their communities and hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like and their developers or the people behind it is like also like BitCloud OGs that I've been familiar with. So Cloud is awesome. What else? Cloud is coming along. I like BitCloud Signal. BitCloud Signal allows you to track, I think,
Mm-hmm.
assets.
Yeah.
And BitCloud List. I like BitCloud List too. BitCloud List just has the sexiest UI. It's like clean if you go to the website bitcloudlist.com. Yeah, but I think they're very similar to BitCloud Pulse, which is like the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
Although like for Pulse, I'm just like generally a fan of user experience, and I think that
Yeah.
the list user experience has been better and much easier to use, and it's just cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my take on a few projects that I'm excited for.
So you're using them yourself, and
Yeah, those are the main ones that I turn to. Clouded, I'm just like staying in touch. I think they launched an MVP on a Discord server though. They're getting like developers to build it out. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
and if you're a founder in the space, I highly suggest checking out like BitHunt.
Mm-hmm.
They help you with projects, and if projects on BitHunt, it's been like verified kind of by the developer community, and it's relatively safe to invest. Well, yeah, I think it's pretty safe to invest because they're putting in a lot more processes into that. And it's a cool product overall, right? You got like
Mm-hmm.
it's like product
Yeah.
for BitCloud.
Yeah, Jack is doing super well with BitHunt, and we're actually having him here next. And he's a UX designer, and I'm also a UX designer. We've been in the same school in London a couple of years ago. So, okay. So, Alisher said I should be closer to the mic. He's managing my streams. Um, so yeah, I love a lot of projects on BitClout as well. and I'll take an opportunity to share our new thing that the guys are building together. They've opened up a node to essentially break the back end of BitClout. So the coders can there's this fund who pays out for um, hacking. Yeah, it's called a hack node, and the project is to combine hackers together so they can hack the backend better, better, faster together to get the reward. And it's called brain froze. I keep forgetting how it's called. It's a hack node, and it's called a hack node. But for some reason it doesn't stick in my head because I'm not a dev or a coder, so it just flies past. Anyways,
Yeah.
so that's a fun thing. I'm admiring from the far.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I mean, like, it's open source, so people can develop on top of it. And with bugs and stuff, I think BitClout has bug bounties, right? Which
Yeah.
is an incentive, right? Maybe like hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's pretty good if you find like a bug and then upgrade it within the platform. And I think maybe for BitSwap, we're getting like auditing people. One of our advisors is from Uniswap, so he's just going over all our code, making sure it's secure and But yeah, like I think security is definitely an important thing for open source project and just projects in general, especially when you're dealing with a crap ton of money like BitClout or BitSwap.
Thanks. You can
Just
you
adjust
can
the
join
mic.
the stream if you want.
Yeah, I just want to make microphone little bit.
Louder.
Yes.
Thanks. So this is my fiance Alisher. He's also
Hello.
on BitCloud. he's
Oh, that's
he's my
awesome.
tech support and mental support and support in general.
Yeah, that's awesome. Where are you guys from right now?
Well, I'm from Latvia, and we are in Latvia right now. I've lived in London for 8 years, studied product design there, and he was back in Russia and worked in Moscow in like social media startups that then went major and became huge Russian social media stuff. So he's not just you know buttons guy. He's also a UX guy who built like OG Russian social media, which is super cool. So he's throwing ideas right front and center. I'm just trying to keep track of all the ideas he's got.
That's awesome.
And running streams is also one of his ideas. I'm just curious to talk to people, and he wants to broadcast it. So
That's awesome. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, hope people are enjoying it.
Yeah, it instills more, I guess trust because like it's people, right? If Big Hub intentionally with their developer, they intentionally like made it so that they're pseudonymous like Satoshi, right? Because the point is for it to be decentralized, it's not a company, right? It's just a protocol that's decentralized. And but yeah, and from the outside audience, it's like if you're not crypto native, it's kind of weird, right? But it's good to have these developers and people congregating together and then build on top of that, like doing these like these podcast appearances or having these conversations that are authentic, and people then say, hey, wow, there are people building on top of this. You build more trust, right? After all, it's connecting with people instead of just this platform.
Well, I hope that everything is going to be just fine and smooth running, smooth sailing from now on with all the open source, the backend, open source front end, people building on top of it, nodes are opening, and essentially when everyone, well, not everyone, but when there a variation on nodes and different people run different projects on them, then if one goes down, we still have option to go to the next node, and those will be like clubs on Clubhouse. You just go from one to another with your wallet, with your identity, and it's a whole new theme park full of different attractions.
Yeah, I actually I don't have too much judgment on that. Like I've been in the space for very not too long, I haven't seen like projects or like been anywhere involved in projects that are at this stage. So yeah, I'm like just as new as you, but learning constantly about like all of this stuff. I mean, the space is just moving so fast. You gotta spend a lot of time keeping up.
Indeed. So another question I had: how did you find out about BitClout?
Oh, I came across this white paper on Twitter. Two
Mm-hmm.
days later, I came back from a run. Saw this Clubhouse notification. It was like Elon Musk has a Twitter coin. I clicked on it, and then I found I looked at who was knowledgeable on it, right? And it was like
Mm-hmm.
talking about BitClout, which was the same white paper, which I thought was really cool. And then I just like texted Jake in his community number. I was like, "Yo, Jake, yo, like, what's the BitClout link?" And I just followed up, and he gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I later on got his like actual number, Jake and I are homies. And then yeah, I just got on, immediately saw the opportunity, and started, spending all my time on BitClout.
Yeah. How did you decide to open an exchange? What led you
Uh,
there?
you don't have a problem. Like it's just the problem, and me and my co-founders are like developers and we competed in hackathons, right? So I was one of the first people to ever do like an OTC trade,
Yeah.
right? It's like 3 days in, like I initially invested like $150. 3 days after, cashed out a bit, that was like 3,000 USD. And then yeah, like that was just through OTCs, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay. And then the hackathon idea just came out of, what if we just automated the escrow process? And then we built that, but there's like huge validation for it, right? We launched, coin at $1 million market cap in 12 hours, got like 400 user signups, which is more like a couple thousand
Mm-hmm.
um, now. And then, yeah, we shipped the beta in 6 days, right? Got users on, and then realized that, oh, wow, this could be improved drastically in terms of the time and user experience, right? So we took it down, rebuilt it from scratch with a new architecture, launched that, right? Again, like did like 400K in volume, right? Within like the 4 days that it was operational.
Wow.
Um, got like 400 users on it, and just testing it, iterating it. We took it down again to be upgraded. Now it's basically going to have a very similar tech as like what stock exchanges have, and
Fabulous.
yeah, it's aiming to be as fast as possible to
Mm-hmm.
have transactions.
Yeah, you guys are the most known and the biggest one, and I wish you all the luck and all the best with it. I'm sure you guys will do fine. And we have Mr. D, who is DG Sus.
Jesus, yeah. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Yeah, we talked before.
Oh,
Uh,
disappeared.
DG's, where'd you go?
I didn't push him
Uh,
down. Oh well, that's a shame. If anyone else wants to ask a question, please raise your hand and we will bring you to the stage and we will hear you out. Oh well.
yeah, I don't know where he went.
I don't know either. Oh, there he is.
There we go. Hey, DG's, what's up? What's popping?
His mic is off. Oh well,
Yeah,
maybe you can unpress your microphone and ask us a question or give us a comment or just chill with us.
Oh my god.
Oh, there we
Sorry,
go.
guys. I don't know what happened here. This Android app for Clubhouse, it flicked. I don't know. I don't know where I was when you guys stopped listening.
Oh, we didn't hear anything. We
Oh,
just said
we
we
didn't hear
just heard hi.
anything. We just,
Hey, sorry, guys.
So
Yeah,
start
I
over.
don't know what's happening with this app. Anyway, so when I joined, I heard you guys talking about well, scams and being something that worries all of us, of course. And I remember when there was the charcoal rug pull that I mentioned to Sigil, something like a blacklist for BitSwap, to make it at least harder for these people not to be able to cash out. Have you give any more thoughts to that, Sigil?
yeah, I think that's definitely something that the community can do and contribute to. The government actually has their own blacklist, so we're not just blacklisting BitClout, we're blacklisting Ethereum addresses as well that are like, because if we do transact any volume from there, which are known for like money laundering and stuff, then it's not going to be great. So yeah, blacklisting community bound. and also being able to I think this software might all is going to be built out itself, but if it's not, then we can like move towards it. But like having the ability to track where assets go from, because it's easy to set up account,
Exactly.
run all
Exactly.
that funds, just move it to another public key, boom, right? But yeah, being able to trace like blacklisted BitClout is definitely something we're
Yeah,
interested
there is already open source software to do similar on Bitcoin, so you shouldn't be much hard to apply the same logic on BitCloud since it's kind of well, not the same thing, but has the same basis. Well, that's very
in. Yeah,
interesting, but how would the blacklist? It would have to be something automated, indeed, something that could be disputed if the system got it wrong. Because if we just leave it to the community, I don't know. I don't know how could that be done in a fair way that is not like haters trying to screw someone over, adding them to the blacklist. It's not an easy topic to sort out, but it is an important one.
It sounds
yeah,
like we need
yeah.
our own justice system on BitCloud. Judges.
We do, but I believe that in the future there should be some third party that will do a DAO, and all the moderation on the platform on this third party front end will be done by the community. So moderation, reputations, and systems like that to allow creators and investors to know who they should be investing, who has reputation to be legit on the platform, and the only way to govern this, it has to be with a DAO. That's at least what I think.
Yeah, these are solid concerns. I think in general, it would be cool to also, yeah, I think the blacklisting system should be not just for BitSwap itself, but there'd be an open blacklist, right? That is a community contributed. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's definitely you're gonna have to have reasons for like why this should be blacklisted, and it could be reviewed. There could be like some like community vetting process for different
Voting.
public keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you would then be able to integrate it with any other service. So that'd definitely be like a community backed project. I mean, like people might work on it, and then yeah, like I think that'd be much better. Or maybe if like, because I know we're focusing on core product, right? But that would be something that's interesting to explore as like a product of itself. So yeah, I'd be cool to partner with anyone who would build that blacklist out, because again, it's not just us that is going to use it. It's like a lot of other people are going to be using these softwares.
Yeah, same here. In the beginning, I thought that the price that your coin is at is sort of a credit score that you get. If a lot of people invest in you, then you're trustworthy. But then it showed that it's not necessarily the case. The most um, the most price for the creator coin gets the person who gets the most is the one who's shouting the loudest. So it's not really about him being super trustful. It's about being out there and networking. So we
Yeah,
need something
Yeah,
like a
playing
separate
the long
score.
run, like that shower coin or whatever that was. Yeah, he was playing the long run, so he seemed legit. He had the coin price of what, at some point, 2 or 3K.
Mm-hmm.
So most people would just look and look at the number of followers, the people interacting. It's legit, but wasn't.
yeah, it wasn't.
Oops.
Should make a playbook on the uh, vetting projects.
Tell signs. Paul has some good posts on that he's listening. Paul Berg on how to find these scammers.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly artists and with their posts and stuff. And
Oh,
one of
really?
the posts,
Artists? Yep.
yeah. No, I mean, there are so many artists that are artists. I mean, scammers that are posting stuff and it's not theirs. And a lot of people are falling on that because they don't take not even the minimum work of just right clicking the picture and search Google.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see, is that picture being posted by many people? Is that picture, you can normally find the right artist. So this is happening a lot, and Paul did a great post on how to find this kind of stuff.
Okay, we will
Yes.
definitely check it out. If we have any other
Yeah.
questions from the audience, please raise your hand and we will bring you up. And if you have anything else, then we would gently push you down back to the audience if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. I do have to go. I have to give my daughter a bath. But look, just one thing on projects that you guys were talking about. One very cool one is Prosper Cloud. You guys should check it out. It's just, it has information on coins and a lot more information. Like, a lot of insight into the accounts, insights into if an account has been changing names. He has the history even. It's a very cool project as well. Very well coded. It's a cool one. Prosper Cloud.
Whoa,
Have a good one.
this is so cool.
Thanks and
Cheers.
cheers. Bye. So this is what he's talking about. Prosper Cloud, advanced creator intelligence and trade buy sell simulator. Okay, cool. Thanks. And back to our stuff. So I'm really enjoying talking to you, and it's really cool that Alisher set this up to have so we can have people from the audience talking, and there's also donations happening. Roland cheat bought 146 US dollars of Bit Vibes, which is super cool. Thank you so much. And Austin bought some, and this is something that also one of our overlays that we do. It's called BitClout donations, and anyone can use it on their stream. It's free to use. Anyone can set it up to their live stream and have donations popping. And please check it out. Anyway.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm like viewing it on our screen right now. The Clubhouse people can't really see it, but you can, I think, find the stream. You guys are streaming on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube and it's on BitClout.
Yeah, this is awesome feature. It's like, oh, they bought this much worth of Bit Vibes. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's a bit distracting, but it's in a good way.
Yeah.
So another thing, I just want to talk a little bit about what we do here with streams. So about a year ago, when we were all locked down in quarantine, we started live streaming DJs because all of our DJs from our local community got kicked out of their jobs. Everything got locked. So we started 10-hour marathons doing live streams and collecting donations so they would be able to pay their bills and stuff. And slowly but surely we put together a project that was an interactive streaming, so people would be able to see who's watching them. So they would get the feedback, instant feedback from the audience. So we could host ecstatic dances and birthday parties and stuff like that. And now we're getting like little bits and bobs together from that project. We have a live streaming platform, we have donations, we have all kinds of cool overlays, and hopefully,
Wait, you guys built this?
yeah, this is our stuff.
Whoa, that's so cool.
So
I was like, I never used it.
cool. So drop me a line, and I can set up anything you want in terms of a stream setup. So other than
Yeah, what
running a small exchange, I do I'm one of the founders, and I'm running a startup for streaming, which will be live on BitClout as well as other stuff. It will be on the separate website, but you will be able to log in with your BitClout identity, same as Google identity and Facebook identity, which is but still possible. And we will be able to have a cool show together with all kinds of interactive stuff. So
that'd be so sick.
Yeah.
You're using a WebRTC for your streaming?
I would not answer the technical questions. I'm more of a team responsible for team and business, but for technical questions,
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because I built my own streaming app before, and then I just use like WebRTC for it. Yeah, but I like it. It's great design.
Thanks.
And yeah, it looks legit.
Sweet.
Oh, there's a
Anyways,
dark mode too? Whoa. Okay, that's awesome. Having dark mode is just awesome.
so what else? What else? Um, yeah, we're open for questions. If you want to share anything else, please take the stage. If not, we can slowly wrap up.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, any more questions from the audience? Oh, and another thing. So last stream, I was giving out one BitClout to people who would share and reclout and put name of their friends in the share window. Sorry, my brain got froze for a second. Anyways, who would reshare and mention their 3 friends would get a BitClout. And we were doing it during the stream, and there were few people who done it while the stream was live, but it was very few people. And this time we decided to also give out one BitClout to people who would share and mention their friends, but we will do it at the next stream. So for the time being, while this is live, and afterwards, until the next stream, please mention your friends, reclout, send it to your friends. It will be super cool.
Get a BitClout. It's awesome.
Yeah, get a BitClout. Sweet. So thank you so much for your interview. It was lovely to meet you live. You're super cool, super bright. I wish I was like you when I was 17. Or are you 18 now?
I'm 17.
17. Oh, amazing. So wish you all the best, and I'm sure you'll be doing just as well as you're doing now, even better, and we will stay in touch.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, my Discord. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on Bit Vibes.
Yeah, join our other streams as guests. You will have this link, and whenever the next stream is on, you will be able to pop in and have ask a question or give a comment, whatever. I'll keep you posted.
That sounds awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Lovely. Bye.
Bye bye.